I have to press anything, is it, to see? Just share screen.
Yes.
Share screen.
This teacher the moderator.
Moderator.
Moderator wanted to share.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our hybrid online class. I'm super excited to have all of you with us today. Let me introduce myself. I'm teacher Sri Priya from SJKT Permatang Tinggi, and I will be your moderator for today. I have a few ground rules for you to follow. Are you ready? Rule number 1. Be prepared with your notebook and stationaries as you'll be jotting down a lot of notes throughout the lesson. Rule number 2. Be nice in the live chat and do not post any unnecessary emojis and chats as you'll be blocked if we found you breaking these rules. Rule number 3. Do not forget to register your attendance once the attendance link is provided. Rule number 4. Please stay with us throughout the lesson as we will be sharing a quiz link with you. It's as simple as that. Now, I would like to introduce our presenter, Teacher VITHIYA DHANYAN from SJKT PERAI. She's an experienced teacher, and today she'll be conducting an online class on comparative and superlative adjectives. As you are aware, this topic is quite popular and it is a very important in your grammar as well as for paper 2. I hope that this class will benefit all of you. I'll be meeting you at the end of the lesson. So till then, happy learning. I will hand over the session to Teacher VITHIYA.
Thank you, dear moderator, Ms. Sri Priya Velu. First and foremost, I'm delighted to be here and I would like to express my gratitude to the Penang Tamil School Headmaster Association for this opportunity, Cisco Sendrian Berhad for their continuous technical assistance, not forgetting Sir Mr. Prabhu and Mr. Maran for their continuous support, and my big thank you to my headmistress, Madam Maheswari, for continuous support and encouragement. Without further ado, let us begin our session. We will be looking into a grammar topic today. Before we begin our lesson, I need some input from you guys. Are you all ready? Shall we start? Hi guys, I need your help now. Yeah, we're going to start our session with a question. Okay, first of all, we have a picture here, cheetah, and then a Ferrari. Which is faster? Can you all guess? Please type in your answers in the chat box provided. The time is ticking. Any guesses? Okay, so cheetah, the sprint time is 0 to 60 per hour in 3 seconds. Whereas a Ferrari, 0 to 60 meter per hour in 3.1 seconds. That means a cheetah can sprint faster than the Ferrari. Yeah, a cheetah is faster than a Ferrari. Okay, congratulations to those who got the correct answer. Okay, the answer is cheetah. Okay, shall we move on to the next question? Okay, a picture of a polar bear. Then the giraffe. Which is heavier? Any guesses, guys? Please type in your answer in the chat box provided. Okay, let us look into the answer. The average weight of a polar bear is 700 kilogram, whereas the average weight of a giraffe is 1930 kilogram. So in that case, a giraffe is heavier than a polar bear. Yes. Okay, well done, guys. A giraffe is heavier than a polar bear. Okay. Are you all ready for the next question? Name the state which recorded the highest cases. I mean the COVID-19 cases. Okay. Please have a look at the infographic given. Take your time. Okay, go through the infographic. You need to state the state which recorded the highest COVID-19 cases. Answer, please. Any guesses? Okay. Selangor is the answer. As per 2nd April 2020, Selangor is the state which recorded the highest COVID-19 cases. Okay, bravo. I can see many of you with the correct answer. Okay, the last question. Which type offers the best COVID-19 protection? Okay, that means the mask. Option A, we have a surgical mask. Option B, we have a cloth mask. Option C, we have N95 mask. Okay, please type in your answers in the chat box. Which offers the best protection? Yay! Correct answer, guys. Many of you with the correct answer. Surgical mask offers the best COVID-19 protection. Yay. Congrats. Okay. By then, I think you all have been very familiar with today's lesson. Our lesson today is on comparative and superlative adjective. Before we venture further into today's lesson, let us do some discovery exercises. Question 1. A basketball is than a golf ball. The adjective given is large. So you have a basketball here, then you have a golf ball here. Can you fill in the blank with the correct answer? Yes. The answer is larger. A basketball is larger than a golf ball. If you see, the suffix er is used because we only comparing two things, which is the basketball with the golf ball. And then the word then appears after the adjective. The adjective in this case is larger. So a basketball is larger than a golf ball. Let's move on to question number 2. The North Star is the star in the sky. The adjective is bright. So, guys, please fill in the blanks. Okay, this is a picture of the North Star. Can you see in the middle? Okay, in the sky. Okay, the answer is brightest. Okay, well done. Well done. Okay, I can see so many of you with the correct answer. Okay, so we use the suffix of est, which has been highlighted in yellow, because we are comparing many things. In this case, that many things refer to the many stars in the sky. And then the word the appears before the adjective. If we have a closer look at both the sentences, okay, you can get some rough ideas on what is comparative and what is superlative. So the first one is a comparative adjective, which is larger. We use the suffix of er when we only compare two things, and the word then appears after the adjective. Whereas the second sentence is a superlative adjective, brightest. We use the suffix of est because we are comparing many things, and the word the appears before the adjective. Okay, so what are comparison of adjectives? Okay, shall we look into this? Okay, what you can see, a cup of tea. So we use the adjective hot. The word hot adjective refer to the positive form. What you can see in the next picture, fire. When we compare a cup of tea with fire, of course the fire is hotter. So can you see the suffix of er there? This is, we call it as a comparative form. And then the third picture is a sun. So the adjective used is hottest. Can you see the suffix of est there? This is a superlative form. So we have three different forms of adjectives here. One is a positive form when there is no comparison. Then we have a comparative form when we compare the tea with the fire. The fire is hotter. And then we have the superlative form when we compare more than one thing. So hottest with the suffix est. So let us look into degrees of adjective. As I mentioned earlier in the earlier slide, we have three forms of adjective in terms of degree. The one with no comparison, we call it as a positive degree. Then we have the comparative degree when we compare more than one noun. Then we have the superlative degree when we compare more than one thing. So example, I've given 3 types of adjectives. One is tall, when it's a positive degree. In a comparative degree, we have taller. Then superlative degree, we have the tallest. So here what I wanted to emphasize is the presence of suffix er in a comparative form and the presence of est, suffix est in superlative form. Same goes to pretty. We have prettier and we have prettiest. Interesting, more interesting, and most interesting. So if we compare the first one with the second and the third one, you can see some slight differences. Can you notice the differences? The first one, you can see the suffix of er in the comparative degree and the suffix of est in superlative degree. Whereas for the second adjective, you can see some slight differences. Okay, you have the IER, okay, and then you have the IEST. Whereas for interesting, we have the more interesting and most interesting. So we're going to look into these grammar rules. The positive form is used when no comparison is made. As I mentioned earlier, example, we have the tall, pretty, interesting, smart, intelligent, and strong. So example, I want to show you one example of a sentence which uses a positive form of adjective. Elephants are strong animals. I've highlighted the word strong in yellow, which is the adjective, positive form of adjective. Another example, Amin is a tall boy. So again, tall in this sentence is a positive form of adjective. Now, let us move on to the comparative form. The comparative form is used when we compare two nouns. If you still remember, I showed you the slides of tea, a cup of tea, fire. Okay, when we compare a cup of tea with the fire, fire is hotter. So usually the comparison is accompanied by than after the adjective, have the suffix er or the quantifier more. So if you still remember the previous slide, we was talking about more interesting. For example, I have two sentences here. Amalina is smarter than her brother. Amalina is more intelligent than her brother. Both sentences are example of comparative forms. So in this case, smarter is the comparative form of adjective and more intelligent is comparative form of adjective. Hello guys, are you all with me? Hope you are with me. Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Superlative form. The superlative form is used when we compare 3 or more nouns. Okay, again, I would like to bring you back to the slide. A cup of tea, fire, the sun. So, when we compare the sun with a cup of tea and fire, the sun is the hottest. So, the superlative form is used when we compare 3 or more nouns. And it must be preceded by the word the and have the suffix est or the quantifier most. So still remember, more interesting in superlative form. More interesting in comparative form and most interesting in superlative form. For example, I have 2 sentences here. Amalina is the smartest in the family. Amalina is the most intelligent in the family. So, the superlative form of adjective in the first sentence is smartest and most intelligent. Besides all these 3 forms of adjective, we also have some irregular forms of adjectives. Shall we see what are the irregular forms of adjectives here? Irregular adjectives use completely different forms. That means there is no suffix of er or est or the word more, quantifiers like more or most. So, how is it? Irregular adjective. Any guesses? Anyone can give me any examples of irregular adjectives? Okay, let us see. The adjectives are completely changed in this irregular form. So, we no need to add the suffixes, either er or est, or the quantifiers more or most, as we learned in earlier slides. So, how it works? Can guess? The word then following the comparative adjectives and the preceding the superlative adjectives are retained. So, guys, I think you would be wondering here, what would be the irregular forms? Shall we see the irregular forms of adjectives? Yes. So these are the irregular comparative and superlative forms of adjectives. If you notice, there is no suffixes of er or est and no quantifiers of more or most. But you can see the adjectives has been completely changed. So I've given you 4 examples here. Adjective good. The comparative form would be better and the superlative form would be best. And followed by bad, when the adjective is bad. The comparative form would be worse and the superlative form would be worst. And many, much. The comparative forms are more and most. followed by little, the comparative is less, and the superlative is least. So I'm very sure that many of you have came across all these irregular comparative and superlative forms. Maybe you have seen it in your textbook and in any of your reading material. So usually, okay, these are the common types of irregular comparative and superlative forms. Bear that in your mind. There is no suffixes here, no quantifiers, but there is a rule. What is that? If you still remember, the word the and then is retained. Shall we move on to the grammar rules and examples? We have few grammar rules to be followed when we using comparative and superlative adjectives in our sentences. So the first one, if you look at the table, the positive form, I've given you tall and hot. The comparative, you can see the suffixes of er is present for the comparative, taller, and est for the tallest. So when we have one syllable consonant plus with a short vowel and again a consonant, we need to double the last consonant and add the er. I would like to repeat. When we have one syllable consonant, a short vowel, and a consonant, we need to double the last consonant and add in the er, suffix of er for the comparative form, and the suffix of est for the superlative form. Okay, so what is meant by one syllable consonant? One syllable consonant, short vowel, and consonant. So it refers to the adjective here. Okay, one syllable consonant is the t, okay, and followed by a short vowel and then we have another consonant, okay, l. So we need to double the last consonant, okay, and then add the er. So hot in this case, okay, we have double the last consonant, t, and then we have added er for the comparative and est for the superlative. Next one, we have pretty and dirty. So when we have two syllables ending in y, we have two syllables ending in y. So what we have to do? We have to remove the y and add IER to the adjective to make it comparative and IEST to make it superlative. Okay. So again, for two syllable ending in y, you need to remove the Y and add IER for the comparative forms and IEST for the superlative forms. Can any one of you give me any other examples of two syllable ending in Y? You remove the Y and add in the IER for the comparative, and IEST for the superlative. Anyone can give me any examples here besides pretty and dirty? Okay, so lousy. Lousy. If the word is lousy, so what would be the comparative form? Yes, some of you answered pity. Very good. Happy. Very good. Ugly. Very good. Congrats, dear students. Thank you for being with me. Okay, the last one is usage of quantifiers. When we have two or more syllables in the adjective, for the comparative form, we add in the quantifier more. And for the superlative, we add in the quantifier most. So, example, for the careful, we have more careful. And for the superlative, we have most careful. And then again, wonderful. We have more wonderful and most wonderful. Can any of you give me any other examples of two or more syllable adjective? Okay, so when we have two or more syllable, we use the quantifier more for the comparative and most for the comparative superlative form. Very good. Some of you have given beautiful. Yes. More beautiful. Most beautiful. Yes. They have given joyful. Very good. More joyful. Most joyful. Very good. Very good, students. Okay. So, hope, okay, you follow the grammar rules when you use the comparative and superlative adjectives. Okay, so let us move on to the sample of questions. So let's practice. So I've here some of the UPSR past year questions, okay, for you to practice. Okay, let us see. Usually, comparative and superlative form of adjective questions would be asked in section A. That means question 1 to question 5. So, one example here. Which of these two cars is? Okay, this is question number 3. UPSR 2011. So, any guesses? Please give me the answers. Please type it in your chat box. Okay. So, before we find the answer for the question, I would like to remind you some rules or some guidelines on answering the section A question especially on superlative, comparative and superlative forms. Okay. So if you see 2 cars, 2 cars, the word 2 refer to comparative. 2. When we compare two things. So it's a comparative form. When it's comparative form, if you look at the answers given, it's not the is a comparative forms or the superlative forms, but the answers are in irregular forms of adjectives. So how to answer? What is the answer? Okay, the answer is better. The answer is better. If you still remember the table I've shown you earlier on the irregular form of adjective, when we have the positive form is good, the comparative form would be better and the superlative form would be best. Since in this question, we are in the comparative form, that means only 2 cars. Which of these 2 cars is? So definitely the answer is better. Okay, we move on to the next question. So the answer is B. Very good. Okay, congratulations to those who have given the correct answer. I can see many of you answered correctly. Okay, so shall we move on to the next question? Okay, this is question number 4, UPSR 2013. Okay, so Salina is a cook, but a sister is, okay. So again, before we can find the answer, I would like to give you few guidelines in answering this question. Okay. The first keyword here is Salina, and second one is sister. So it's very clear that there is a comparison. So comparison is between Salina and her sister. So definitely this is a question on comparative form of adjective. But when you look at the answers given, choices of answers given, it's again irregular forms of adjectives. So if you remember the irregular forms of adjectives, we have good, better, and best. Good is a positive form. Better is a comparative form. Best is the superlative form. Since we are talking about comparative, so Salina is a cook, but a sister is what? So Salina is a good cook, but a sister is better. Okay, so the answer is A. Salina is a good cook, but a sister is better. So hope you all got it. Let us move on to the next question. Okay, very good. Many of you have given correct answer for this question. Okay, we move on to the next question. Whose book is yours or hers? This is a sample of 2016 question, question number 3. Again, I would like to read for you the question. Whose book is yours or hers? So tips before you answer the question. Okay, the keyword is yours and hers. Again, we are looking at the comparative form of adjective, yours or hers. So definitely, in this case, if I am a student means I would like to eliminate the most wrong answers first. Okay, since it's a comparative form, okay, I would eliminate the answer A, tick, because tick is a positive form. It is used when there is no comparison. So left with B, C, and D. So what is the answer? Any guesses? Whose book is yours or hers? So the answer is thicker. Okay. So whose book is thicker? Yours or hers? Okay. So definitely when we eliminate the most wrong answer, I would eliminate answer A because it referred to the positive form. And next, I would eliminate the answer C, option C, which is the superlative form. So left with answers B and D. So is it correct if you want to use more, thick? Okay, since, okay, thick, okay, there is no reason is needed to use the quantifier for the adjective more. So we stick to the answer B, thicker. Hope all of you are with me. Okay, the last question. Daniel is the boy in the class. Question number 1, UPSR 2018. Okay, so this is the most common form of a comparative and superlative adjective question. Okay, so again, I would like to highlight the tricks or some tips on answering this question by finding the keywords. The, and then we have the class. So since the word the is present before the adjective, it shows the superlative form. And again, we have the class. The word class refers to the comparing with many, not two, the entire class. So definitely, okay, if you want to eliminate the very wrong answer, I would eliminate option A because it referred to the positive form. I also would eliminate option B, taller, because it referred to the comparative form. Left with answer C and D. So the most correct answer would be option C, which is tallest. Daniel is the tallest boy in the class. Okay, I can see many correct answers. So thank you for being with me. Okay, so hope I've given you some input on tackling the section A questions on comparative and superlative form. Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Very good. Okay, those who have tried answering all these 4 questions, okay, very good. Okay, now time to check for your understanding. Okay, so I have given you few questions here. Okay, let us go into the questions. Again, it's on comparative and superlative forms. Okay, so you're going to help me to fill in the missing comparative or the superlative. So the adjectives are given in the next column. Okay, so we have sweet here. Okay, oranges are then lemon. So what is the answer, guys? Oranges are then lemon. So again, the key word here is oranges, lemons, and the word then. So definitely the first question is a comparative form. So answers, yes, oranges are sweeter than lemons. Very good. Yeah, okay. We move on to the next question. The earth is then the sun. Okay. So again, what are the keywords here? Okay. The keywords are earth and the sun. So can you see comparing two nouns, earth and the sun, and followed by the word then. The adjective given is small. Okay. So I can see many of you with the correct answer. Yes, it's smaller. Smaller. Okay. So if you look at the adjectives, okay, sweeter and smaller, okay, the presence of suffix er is there since it's a comparative form. Okay. Let us move on to the next question. Okay. So I've given you the answer already. Susan is the cutest girl in town. The word is cute. Adjective given is cute. So Susan is the cutest girl in the town. Sometimes in this type of superlative question, the word the would be given before the adjective. So when it's not given, it's your job to add in the word the before the adjective for the superlative form, and then the word then for the comparative form. Okay, next question. Jack's parents are much than Kate's parents. Again, I would like to highlight the keywords Jack's parent, Kate's parents, and then you can see the word then there. Okay, so definitely it's a comparative form. So if you look at the adjective, okay, so strict, the word is strict. So how are you going to put it? How are you going to put the word strict into a comparative form? Yes, stricter. Okay, very good. Okay, next one. Mosquitoes are perhaps one of animals in the world. Okay, so the adjective given is dangerous. Okay, so anyone can give me the answer? Mosquitoes are perhaps one of dangerous in the world. So the answer is the most dangerous animal in the world. If you still remember the grammar rules, when we have two or more syllable adjectives, okay, we need to use the quantifiers. For comparative, we use more, and for superlative, we use most. So, mosquitoes are perhaps one of the most dangerous animals in the world. Okay, next one. What's your darkest secret? What's your darkest secret? So they are asking you what is your most, that means darkest secret. Okay, darkest refer to the superlative form. Next question, what do you think is kid in your class? Who do you think is kid in your class? Who do you think is? Okay, so answers please. Who do you think is in your class? So keyword, can anyone give me the keyword? What is the keyword in answering this question? In your class. Okay, class refer to the entire class. That means we are comparing, okay, many things. So when we compare many things, we use comparative or superlative? Yes, we use the superlative. The answer is the smartest kid in your class. Who do you think is the smartest kid in your class? Okay, the last question for this session. Okay, that is one of languages in the world. That is one of languages in the world. The adjective given is difficult. The adjective given is difficult. If you are able to identify, okay, the adjective difficult comes under the 2 or more syllable form of adjective, as we learned in our grammar rules, then definitely you know what to do. So, answers please. Yes, the most difficult languages in the world. Please don't ever forget the word the, okay? Use the word the before the adjective. So even though the quantifier most is there, we still need to use the word the, because the grammar rule says despite the presence of quantifiers of most and more, okay, for the comparative form, the word then is retained, and for the superlative form, the word the is retained. So that is one of the most difficult languages in the world. Okay, so I think these questions have given you some overview of the comparative and superlative nouns. So do you have any questions about the comparative and superlative adjectives, guys? So hope I've given you the very clear explanation on the comparative and superlative nouns. So that's all from me. If you want to test your skills, try answering the Google Form quiz by clicking the link provided. So the link would be given in the chat box. So please click the link and answer the questions. At the end of the session, you would be receiving an e-certificate once you have completed your Google Form quiz. I would like to wish you good luck, and I know all of you can do it. And thank you very much for being so interactive and being there with me throughout this session. Thank you very much. See you all soon.
Thank you, Teacher Vidya, for the clear explanation on comparative and superlative adjectives. I'm sure her eye-catching slides and online activities are very useful for you today. And as I promised earlier, please don't forget to answer the quiz throughout using the link. And don't forget to register your attendance. Okay? Do not forget to provide a valid email address, as an e-certificate will be emailed to your email address. All right, I would like to remind you again about the online classes that are ongoing. And on this Thursday, there will be a Bahasa Melayu online class from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. With that note, I would like to end our session today. Till then, happy learning and goodbye.